Welcome to the 78th annual meeting of Mid-South Synergy. We're your electric cooperative. We're here tonight to have a great meeting to hear about your cooperative and hopefully have some fun too. I want to move on and introduce your board of directors to you and just kind of introduce them. I know it's kind of hard to see, but you can see their picture up here. Maybe they'll stand and wave as I call their name. But I want to start off with our board president. We have Marshall Shirley. Marshall represents District 4, and he lives in the Normandy area. Let's give him a round of applause. We have James Morrison. He's our board vice president. He represents District 5, and he's from the Crabs Prairie area over here, James. Pretty close. We have Jack Shepard. Jack is from District 3, and he's from the Lake Conroe area. Let's give Jack a round of applause. We have Paul Malik. He represents District 1, and Paul's from the Navasota area. Give him a little round of applause. We have Russell Watson. Russell's from District 2, and he represents the Montgomery area. Let's give Russell a round of applause. We have Dennis McWhorter. Dennis represents District 6, and he's from the Beat Eyes area. Let's give Dennis a round of applause. We have Danny Pierce. He represents District 7, and he's from right here in the Huntsville area. So, Danny. And we have Kenneth McDougall, represents District 8, and he's from the Iola area. Let's give Kenneth a round of applause. And I know I talk about your board of directors a lot every year, but I just want to say just a couple of quick things. Your board is passionate about your cooperative. They are also very passionate about the history of our cooperative. And they're thankful for the forefathers that came before us and started the cooperative. But I think what's most important about your board is that they care about the future. They have a vision for the future, and they want to make sure that your electric cooperative is here 78 years from now. And that takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, and your board does a great job. And let's give them one more round of applause. And tonight we have a couple of board members that are receiving special awards, and I'm going to take just a little bit of privilege. We're going to start with Marshall Shirley. And Marshall's been on the board now for 25 years. And Marshall, it just seems like yesterday. And we appreciate your service to Mid-South, your passion for the cooperative, and your leadership and continued vision to look out into the future. And years ago, when I became CEO, it's been just a few years now, we talked about the future of the cooperative. And I just want to say thank you for continuing to be a man of vision. And so we appreciate it. Thank you very much. And next up, I have Russell Watson. And Russell's been on the board now for 35 years, has done an incredible job of serving. And as a young CEO, quite a few years ago now, it was Russell that taught me some of the small things about the cooperative. It was some of the people, and it was how to be involved in the local politics. And Russell's been an active member in making sure that the cooperative is involved in the local communities, the local fairs. And so, Russell, congratulations on 35 years. Congratulations. Let's give them a round of applause. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Marshall and let him start the meeting.
Okay, it's my privilege to call the 78th meeting of Mid-South Synergy to order. And I would entertain a motion to dispense with the reading of last year's minutes. Got a motion and a second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no.
And I don't know now, you want to know things about the 1940s. Well, we had an annual meeting every year, and so I think the few members that we had really looked forward to coming, because we always tried to have, big prizes for them. And the annual meeting was usually held in the school's auditorium on Brosick Street. And it was a big occasion. But we were all the employees were expected to attend that annual meeting also. And it was fun. All the girls would sit up in front of the table, and check to see if they were members. Well, just imagine your life. If your lights go out now, just imagine what your life is. And then when they got electricity, it just opened up all kinds of opportunities for them. And so yes, they were very grateful. And of course, all of us, we were too, we were excited about it. Because, there were just so many opportunities open for people at that time. What was important, I was hired to do a job, so I had to do the very best I could in that job. That's the way I always felt, and I did. And I can't help but think sometimes that my dedication to my job, as well as some of the other employees and their dedication, I can't help but think that it helped the co-op to grow and help the manager in his position. So,
be able to be here tonight. And Miss Mabel at 102, we have a retired employee luncheon once a year. Miss Mabel still drives, and she goes and picks up the other ones to come to the meeting. And Miss Mabel still drives to get her hair done and those things. What an incredible legacy. And we're proud. We really wanted to do a video about Miss Mabel. When Miss Mabel started at the cooperative, there was about 100 meters, something like that, across the system. When she retired, there was about 3,500 meters across Mid-South. And today, I'm going to talk about it just a little bit as I move into the rest of the report, but we have over 30,000 meters today. And as an electric cooperative that has continued to grow, and I said it earlier with the board, and I'm going to say it again with the employees. It was employees like Miss Mabel who worked for every CEO at the cooperative except for me, but I've gotten to know her very well because she stays in contact with us. It's employees like Miss Mabel. There are other employees that we announced earlier that are here tonight. It was those employees that gave up their time, their effort, and their life. When we work at the cooperative, it becomes a life. It becomes part of who you are. And those employees gave of themselves to help build what we really are today. And it was the boards, when Miss Mabel was there, they gave of themselves so that we can be the cooperative, providing the services that we provide today. It's so incredible to think, and every time I watch Miss Mabel, I just get so excited.
One mayor telling residents who ignored evacuation orders to write their name and social security numbers on their arms so authorities can identify their bodies. This storm is expected to stay over the Texas coast for days, dumping more than 2 feet of rain before moving to Louisiana.
Well, here at Mid-South, we really didn't take the blunt of the hurricane. We definitely got a lot of rain and a lot of wind, though. We had to go out and cut the trees off to get to places, or at some spots we had to drive maybe 20 miles around just to get to where we needed to be because another section of road was flooded out. The amount of lost people suffered, it's just, we were fortunate up here. A
lot more fortunate than a lot of people down around the Houston area. We still had a lot of loss up here. A lot of people suffered huge losses, didn't have flood insurance, things like that. You know, we worked long, hard hours, but it's nothing compared to what these people had to go through and the devastation they've had at their place.
There's no doubt we got lucky after seeing what they went through. Being from the Houston area, kind of hit home to see the areas I used to grow up in and hang out in completely underwater. Hard to believe that.
All of us here at Mid-South, we really appreciate all the members for their patience through everything. They had it tough being without lights. It's hard. It's not easy to go without lights for a couple days, let alone one day.
Everybody seemed real understanding of what we were going through and just, why it was taking so long for us to do what we had to do. Just whether we couldn't get to them or whether, we had to take the long way around, whatever it was. They were real understanding, real good to us, and made our job a little easier through it all.
So again, like every year, I love to honor our employees because these are the employees that work hard for you each and every day. It's days like Hurricane Harvey where they're working long hours for multiple days in a row with water up to their chest. I know they really didn't do that. Well, yeah, they probably did. They just wouldn't tell me because I didn't want them to. But they worked very hard every day to get people's lights back on. We actually had a tornado come through right here in Huntsville. It was very isolated this spring, and yet it had people off for 3 days because the devastation was it was massive, all in one little spot. And we had employees from across our system came together to fix those lines right in that area. But our linemen do an incredible job, but we have folks in our accounting department. You realize that a storm like Hurricane Harvey that we're going to get FEMA funds reimbursed for, our accounting department is potentially going to be working with that about 5 years from now. We have our call center reps who got out of bed in the middle of the night when they heard that we were having storms to come and answer your phone calls so that you could get a hold of somebody live. Now, we can't answer all 30,000 people all at one time, but they came and they got out of bed and they came to answer. We have dispatchers that come in the middle of the night. They're there 24/7, 365 to make sure that our linemen are safe, our employees are safe, and the power is flowing across our system. Our employees are here every day focused on safety, number one, and then they're focused on reliability, making sure that we are 99.99% reliable. Their goal is for your lights to never go off. And the last thing is we're also focused on affordability every day. These are your employees. They work for you each and every day. Let's give them a big round of applause. They can stand in the back. In fact, y'all saw how slowly they trickled up here. It's because they don't want to be on this side of the stage. They would rather be in the back, working hard, serving you, and I appreciate employees that want to do that. And so tonight, I just want to say thank you to every one of you for your hard work, for your dedication, and your passion for Mid-South. So thank you. I'll let y'all go sit down, but let's give them a round of applause. linemen from 6 electric cooperatives went to Bolivia to turn the lights on. They went to villages with people that have never had power before and worked for a couple of weeks. They gave time away from their family, and they went and built power lines, wired houses, and installed light bulbs, and created a cooperative just like we have here there. We sent 4 of our linemen down there, and I'm going to welcome them to the stage. Bo Williams was actually the leader of the entire project. And I am so proud of these guys, but I'm going to welcome Bo Williams, Jared Anderson, Clayton Owens, and Scott Long, who gave of their time to go change the lives of people in the village. They couldn't have done it if it wasn't for Techline, General Cable, Hubble, Acuity, Valmont, Klein Tools, Greenlee. They sponsored these guys to go to Bolivia and change people's lives. And I'm so proud of you guys for what you did. I'm proud that you gave your time, your effort. I know it wasn't easy. You ate food you didn't probably like. Did they have vegetables, Bo? Bo doesn't eat vegetables anyway, so. All right, so I'm going to ask you guys just one thing real quick. Well, hold on. I got something else. I'm going to change my script just a little bit. These guys don't know this. I have a letter to read for you guys. It says, congratulations on receiving the President's Volunteer Service Award. On behalf of a grateful nation, I thank you for your service to your fellow Americans and those most in need. Throughout your dedicated service, you have ensured the continuation of America's unparalleled commitment to improving the lives of others. Over this past year, you've served as a model of American spirit. Your many hours of service have strengthened the bonds of cooperation and trust that bring people together while helping to address some of the greatest challenges of our time. One of our nation's greatest strengths remains the compassion of our everyday citizens, who so willingly give of themselves and their lives for the benefits of others. Each generation of hardworking and kind-hearted volunteers helps to write a new chapter of American greatness, and our nation is proud for your commitment to this honorable tradition. As we reflect on your many acts of kindness and charity over this past year, our nation draws inspiration from those who answer the call to help their communities and our nation. With your continued efforts to build on our nation's culture of service, America will proudly remain a land of freedom and opportunity for all. Thank you for your enduring commitment to serving your community and our nation. I trust that you will continue to work for the betterment of others and an even stronger future for the American people. And this is signed by Donald Trump. Tonight, on behalf of the Points of Light Foundation, which was started by George H.W. Bush and has been continued by every president of the United States since. Tonight, Bo, we're going to give you a bronze award from the Points of Light Association for your hard work. On behalf of the Points of Light Foundation, we give you your honor of bronze award. On behalf of the Points of Light Foundation, I give you your award of honor. Scott, on behalf of the Points of Light Foundation, I give you your award of honor. So thank you very much. Let's give these guys a round of applause. So I actually told them they were going to have to give a speech tonight. But Bo, just tell them a little bit about what's going on here. I'll hold that while you, and then I think we're going to get a picture here in just a second.
So we built just a little under 6 miles of line in the 2 weeks that we were over in Bolivia. We brought electricity to 147 homes, 3 schools, and a small little medical facility. We partnered with 6 other cooperatives. There was 16 of us, I think, that went total. And it was an amazing adventure. It was hot, for sure. It rained every day. But the people there made it all worthwhile. They're very appreciative, and they wanted to help any way they could. So we just appreciate Carrie and our board and y'all to let us go and represent over there and try to do some good around the world.
Awesome. Let's give these guys a round of applause.
I think having EVs out there today will help people be more comfortable if they start seeing stations today. And so by having them in place now, it allows people to be more comfortable as they begin to buy EVs. It's the first people out, like me, that had to suffer with some range anxiety. The more we deploy these, the next group of people that start buying EVs, they're not going to have to worry about that because the charging stations are already going to be out there. And if you go back to 1945, as electric cooperatives were getting started, what did electric cooperatives do? They were the experts. We built lines and poles and wire and hooked up meters. But what we really did was we helped rural America learn how to use their appliances. A lot of electric cooperatives, including Mid-South, at that point in time, sold appliances to their members. Right? Today, that's where we're at again. Taking this back, we want to be the expert on what the new technology is and how you can apply it in your daily lifestyle.
So the EV is the refrigerator of 1945.
That's correct. EV is the refrigerator of 1945. That's correct. And it's important for Mid-South and our Synergy station to be out there and be seen today because we are the electric provider in this area.
If anybody's going to support it, we will.
Exactly. If anybody's going to support it, it needs to be us. It needs to be our stations knowing that we 100% support EVs. Just like we 100% support solar. We don't want anybody to think, well, I wonder what they're doing. If it's in the electric utility space, we're going to be supporting it, and we're going to be out here doing the research and helping our members.
All right, welcome to the 2018 Rural Friends Acre Luncheon. I'm glad you're all here. Thank you for coming.
You know, the Acre program has been around for over 50 years. Acre is an incredible program that lets our voice be heard. For 50 years, we've stood up for rural America. From the very beginning, we were about really just one issue, and that is electric cooperatives and the communities we serve. That's it. We're not about Wall Street. We're not about New York City. We're really not about Washington, D.C. We're about affecting what's going on the country roads in our service territory from Grimes County to Walker County to Madison County. I mean, we're here every day. We're about Main Street, USA, and not Wall Street, USA. And we're passionate about serving our members, and Acre protects that. Tonight there's a team of Acre specialists. They're actually back in the Acre Lounge tonight. Hopefully you've had a chance to stop by and talk to them. But if you're really interested in ACRE, if you want to know more about what we do in DC and really what we stand for, go back there and sit down and talk to them. If you're ready to sign up tonight, please stop by there and sign up tonight. It's just $1 a month on your electric bill, and it lets your voice be heard in Washington, D.C.
And I'm from Montgomery High School. Hi, I'm Jamie Hannon. I graduated from Magnolia West High School. Hi, I'm Audrey Acorn, and I graduated from Norman G. High School.
Hi, I'm Madeline O'Crulick, and I graduated from Montgomery High School.
Hi, I'm Emma Baker, and I graduated from North Zolch High School.
Hi, I'm Caroline Hall, and I graduated from Montgomery High School.
Hi, I'm Katie Bernosky, and I graduated from the Woodlands High School.
Hello, I'm Ryan Rios, and I graduated from Navasota High School.
Hi, I'm Madeline Dirkside, and I graduated from Huntsville High School.
So next up, another thing that we do, and I've talked about this now for many years, is we actually send young people to Washington, D.C. called Youth Tour. And when they get to Washington, D.C., they're going to learn about electric cooperatives. They're going to learn about our federal government. And I think they're going to have a lot of fun. But we're going to bring them on stage tonight. I'm going to have them introduce themselves and what high school you're from, and then I'm going to ask you questions once you get up here. So just introduce yourself and then we'll...
Hi, I'm Brianna Brzezinski, and I will be a senior at New Waverly High School.
I'm Rusty Tice, and I graduated from Madisonville High School.
Hello, I'm Maggie Webb, and I graduated from Iola High School. Hi, I'm Jessica Fairbanks, and I graduated from Iola High School. Hi, I'm Lauren Wheaton, and I graduated from Iowa High School.
Okay, I promised them that I was going to ask them some really good questions. So should I ask them the questions that I told them I was going to ask? Oh, where's the fun in that?
I really like to see the World War II memorial, getting to see all the states, and then everybody took a picture in front of it. And then can you repeat the second question? Sorry.
Would you recommend this to other kids, and what should they do to go on the trip?
I would most definitely recommend it for someone like me who's both introverted and hesitant to go out of their comfort zone. It definitely pushed me out of it and also allowed me opportunities that I would have been otherwise scared to take. For someone who's going to apply, I would just encourage you to prepare yourself to go out of your comfort zone, to meet new people, and to see things that are extremely eye-opening and something that...
Did she seem shy and introverted to y'all? You're doing a great job. All right, Rusty. Tell me what your favorite part about Youth Tour was.
My favorite part was learning just more history about our country and mainly just making friendships. Meeting the different people from different states and even people from our states, like they had said, it was definitely hard leaving behind some of the friendships that I'd made.
That's awesome. So would you recommend this to other folks?
100%. It was an amazing trip.
Awesome. Very good. All right. Last. Okay. Tell me what your favorite part about the trip was. Any memory you've got. You've got the easiest question. Yes.
Okay. My favorite memory was riding on the bus. I know that's really, really weird, but on the bus, I sat with Jessica right there, and we made a whole lot of friends with the kids around us, and we played games and sang songs, and we played this game called Crazy Eights on our phones, all together, and it was really nice to
have a really close group of friends, and it was amazing how fast we became friends just because of that. And I also like the Arlington National Cemetery.
Awesome. Well, look, we really appreciate them. It's an awesome trip. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Y'all did awesome. Y'all did awesome. Thank you. I'll let y'all move down. You know, it's an incredible trip, and the young people learn so much while they're on the trip. It's incredible. When they come back, they are changed. And I've seen ones that were shy come back, and they're no longer shy. They're no longer afraid to take the next steps in life. It really is an incredible trip. We're proud that Mid-South can invest in our youth, and this is just one way we do it. And so I'm going to turn it over to Marshall now to kind of conclude the meeting.
All right, it's time for business, but it's easy. It's time for old business, and there is no old business. And it's time for new business, and there being no new business, I declare the 2018 annual meeting of Mid-South Synergy adjourned. And I'll turn the mic over to James Morrison to announce the grand prize winner, and thank you for being here.
Absolutely. As my preacher says on Sunday, we know you had other places to go tonight, and as long as your electricity is reasonable and your power's on when you flip the switch, we don't have a lot to complain about. So we know you're here because you want to be here. You're here because you care. And on behalf of the board of directors and the staff, thank you for coming out and observing what goes on in your electric co-op. Okay, we sent out 23,000 plus ballots. We got back 1,262. And one was chosen for a $500 bill credit at random from all those that were sent in. Are y'all ready for the big moment? Yeah. Are you ready for the big moment? Yeah. All right, Edith McMullen from Richards, Texas is the grand prize winner. And I don't think Edith is here tonight. Oh, come on up, Edith. Let's get your picture. My grandmother in Cartsover. Thank you, Edith. We got it. They're on their way. Those 4 door prizes here in just a minute anyway.